dreams and desires 100% guaranteed. I did a show almost a year ago talking about how the brain is the most critical part of manifesting. You can follow all the manifesting procedures, but when you are putting out your desire on the wrong brainwave frequency, we'll call it the poverty wave, you're not going to manifest anything. Wealthy people broadcast what they want, their desires in life, their goals, on the wealth wave, on the billionaire brainwave. If you do that, that's the secret to manifesting. I'm going to show you how to do it. I recorded the show about a year ago. I want you to watch the show, take notes, watch it again and again, share it with everybody, because this is the secret that I have used to bring in billions and billions and billions of dollars and create stuff out of nothing over and over again. And it's the same secret that all the super wealthy people that I know, guys who have, and women who have hundreds of millions of dollars in net worth, what they use. And I know this because I put the brainwave machine on their head and I watch them do it, and it's 100%. They didn't even know they were doing it in most cases. It is really the hidden secret that no one even knows about. But it is a missing ingredient, and probably why you're not manifesting your goals, dreams, and desires. So if you do it, you will. So take a look at the show from a previous episode of The Kevin Trudeau Show. Welcome to The Kevin Trudeau Show. I'm Kevin Trudeau, and you're not. I think that was a little Chevy Chase. I'm sad. It was great to have you here. We broadcast 2 days a week currently, maybe more in the future. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock. So make sure you tune in Mondays and Wednesdays at 1 o'clock for the show. Everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. And I am the super genius, as you can see. I promised I would share today something that I don't think you've heard before. It's about how to manifest goals, dreams, and desires, and what's really holding you back. What's preventing you? On the show, I have recommended a lot of books on our recommended book list. Matter of fact, put that chart up. Okay, great. So here are the books that I've recommended, and these are the classic books that super wealthy people from around the world claim that they have read, such as Think and Grow Rich, The Magic of Believing, etc. See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. These are classic success books that teach about how to use the mind to manifest goals, dreams, and desires. The Law of Attraction was popularized in one of the books I recommended, The Secret, which also was a video, and highly recommend. And I recommend you read these books. A lot of you and a lot of people around the world have read and studied the techniques to become successful, the techniques to manifest money in their life, the techniques to manifest goals, dreams, and desires, how to create your reality with your mind. They've studied these books. They've gone to seminars by the gurus who teach you how to manifest goals, dreams, and desires. There's a slew of new books with new success gurus out there. There are guys teaching stuff on YouTube all over the place, and you can punch in how to manifest, and there's a zillion, quote, experts who, it cracks me up, but they claim to be experts on how to manifest goals, dreams, and desires. And a lot of these people call me and say, Kevin, I'm trying to sell my book on how to manifest, and it won't sell. Can you help me with the marketing? I go, well, if you know how to manifest, what are you calling me for? Just manifest a New York Times bestseller. I manifested 6 #1 New York Times bestsellers. I manifested 100 million books. I manifested companies that did over $25 billion in sales worldwide in today's dollars. I've manifested mansions and Rolls Royces and Ferraris, and I've manifested having dinner with kings in palaces and presidents and prime ministers. I've manifested a lot of stuff. If you are an expert on manifesting and you're writing a book, or if you're teaching a seminar, then manifest something. Stop calling me. And help me. The reason why I say this is I authored a course, as you know, called Your Wish is Your Command. How to manifest your desires. I authored that course after I generated $25 billion in business. After I proved that the stuff that I'm going to teach actually works. All these other guys are in the self-improvement business. They haven't manifested any money in their life. One guy was flat broke, living in the basement of his mother-in-law's house, bankrupt, writing a book on how to manifest, and he sold it. And that's how he made his money. He was broke when he was teaching others how to manifest. It sounds good material, and a lot of it is decent material. Yes, but it's not the truth, because they are talking about a subject that they know about, but not a subject that they know from personal experience. If they knew so much about manifesting, how come they didn't manifest something first before they started teaching or selling courses about manifesting? In Your Wish is Your Command, the first concept is who do you listen to? You listen to somebody who has what you want and has been where you are, and you listen to them, and you follow them, and you mimic and model their behavior and thinking and actions, because they have a proven success system, a proven pattern for success, a formula, a recipe that works, and you can mimic and model. And that has been the method for thousands of years that people have utilized to learn how to succeed. They found somebody that was successful, they attached themselves to them, they learned, they observed, they picked up their energy, and that's what they did. They duplicated success. But there's a little trick here. If you find somebody who's very successful, don't duplicate what they're doing or thinking. Don't duplicate how they think, how they talk, how they act. Don't duplicate their actions. You duplicate how they thought, how they spoke, how they acted when they were broke like you are. In other words, you have to say, what were you doing when you first started? That's what you duplicate. It'll change over time. The way I have my daily schedule today, my actions today are dramatically different than it was back in 1975. When I was just starting off in my first business career. In the late 70s and 80s, that's what you want to duplicate. And not just me, but other people, when they were first starting off in business, in the beginning of their success, how did they think? How did they act? What was their daily schedule? Yeah. Did we work 14, 15, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week? Yes. Do I do that today? No. I kind of do, but not as much. You understand that? You see, a plane has to give it full throttle as it's going down the runway. It has to be full on, full throttle for a long period of time to build up enough momentum until it takes off. And when it takes off, as it begins to take off, the air gets lighter and it's easier and easier and easier. It goes faster and faster. And once it gets to cruising altitude, then it pulls back the throttle, and now you're in cruise. If you're watching a successful person, somebody who's very successful, they're on cruise control. That's different than when they first started and first taking off. So you have to duplicate that type of success. So today I'm going to talk about something that I don't think I've heard from any of the other success gurus, because I don't think they know about it. And look, know most of these guys. Bob Proctor, the late Bob
la mayoría de estos tipos, Bob Proctor,
Proctor used to work for Nightingale Pony Corporation.
solía trabajar en la corporación Neardal.
He worked for the largest producer of audio cassettes for personal development. They sold Dennis Waitley courses. They sold Brian Tracy courses. They sold Zig Ziglar courses. They sold Earl Nightingale courses. Spectacular courses on success and how to become successful and how to make money and how to get your attitude right, how to set goals, how to achieve goals. And Bob Proctor would read and listen to all this material and he said, you know something? I am now an expert on personal development. I'm going to go out there and start my own company and make $1 million. He had never been a successful person. He worked as an employee and he learned the material and then he became a very good communicator of that material. But he was basically just parroting that material. And I'm not saying anything bad about Bob. I love Bob Proctor. And I think many of the material he has is excellent. Just like Jim Rohn was an excellent communicator and Tony Robbins is an excellent communicator of material. The material that they're communicating is stuff that they learned from others and learned in books. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is a vast difference. Just parroting what you've read or what you learned in a course versus when you apply that material and then you have personal experience in real life. Ed Foreman, one of my closest friends, one of the greatest motivational speakers of all time, started a company called Executive. That's where he taught people success principles. But he didn't start teaching them success principles until he had made a couple $100 million. He had through personal experience. He read books too, but he was in the concrete business. He was in the construction business. He was in the oil and gas business in West Texas. He was in real companies and real businesses, in real life, making millions of dollars, applying the techniques. And as he applied the techniques, he would think, oh, wait a minute, you actually apply this way, not that way, because this little distinction creates the results. And only later, when he had made hundreds of millions of dollars, did he say, I, from personal experience, now can share my personal experience of how this techniques work in real life, and how I've seen them work for others, and now I can share that with you. And therefore, when you hear Ed Foreman speak, it's wildly different than another motivational speaker because you can sense the depth of knowledge in the data. Does this make sense? And this is why the Success Mastery course that I authored, which starts with Your Wish is Your Command, is so distinctly powerful because it doesn't come from just regurgitating stuff that's in the books that I recommend. It's through the years, through my training in through the success training that I received, through the brain training on how to manifest that I received back in the late 60s and early 70s, and then applying it, and then making millions, and applying it and making tens of millions, and applying it and making billions, and then helping others, and watch them apply it in real life, my friends and colleagues make millions. That's when I knew. I didn't know about the material. I knew the material, and that's when I authored the Success Mastery course, the Science of Personal Mastery course, and that's why I founded the Global Information Network, which allows people to have access to the information. It's not just sound good information, but it's workable, proven through decades of experience, not just myself, but many others. That's what makes it dramatically different. So the question then, and the reason why I'm here today on the show, I promised you I would do this, is why are so many people failing? Why are so many people not succeeding? Why are so many people not manifesting their goals, dreams, and desires? When they're watching all these videos on YouTube on how to manifest, and they're going to all these seminars and paying tens of thousands, and in some cases $50,000 or $100,000. I've had people call me and say, Kevin, over the last 10 years, I've invested over $250,000 on courses from Bob Proctor and Tony Robbins, Joe Dispenza, Joe Daly, and all these different people that teach manifesting techniques. And I'm broken out than ever before. As a matter of fact, I just have to file personal bankruptcy. I think I'm applying the material that I learned, but for some reason it's not working. Why doesn't it work? The studies are really clear. The book Think and Grow Rich. Bruce Lee used it. Many celebrities and wealthy people say, I read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I learned the success system that never fails. I learned that you have to define your dream and have a burning desire for achievement. And I applied it, and it worked, and I made all this money. But that's like a half of 1% of the people that have actually read the book. In survey, when you take people that have read that book and say, you read that book? Yes. Okay, let's take 1,000 people that read it. How many times have you read it? Let's take 1,000 people that have said they've read it at least 5 times. And let's take 1,000 people that said not only have they read the book, Think and Grow Rich 5 times, but they claim that they are absolutely 100% applying the material as stated in the book. They show me their written out statement, like the one Bruce Lee wrote, which I talked about previous episode. And they show everything that they've done. They've read books like Ask, and It Is Given, an excellent book. It's on my recommended list. They've read books like Think and Grow Rich or other Napoleon Hill books, The Law of Success, The Science of Getting Rich by Waddell is one of the first books which talked about the law of attraction. This is Charles Hamiel's book, The Master Key to Riches. There's a lot of old books in the 20s and 30s and 40s that talk about this. And we take 1,000 people that say they've read this material. They've gone to every Tony Robbins seminar. They've gone to every seminar by this guru and that guru and this expert and this expert and this expert. And they say, nothing has worked. Kevin, nothing has worked. And many of you probably felt the same way. You're thinking, Kevin, I think I'm applying the law of attraction, but it's not working. I don't have the relationship that I want. I don't have the health that I want. I don't have the money and the finances that I want. I'm trying to attract success and it's not working. Why doesn't it work? Now, I'm here to tell you why it doesn't work and why it's never going to work for you. Unless you correct a couple simple things. Number one, in your brain, there are two primary glands that we're going to talk about today, which will make the difference between whether you succeed or fail, whether the law of attraction works or doesn't. The first one is called the hippocampus. We'll show a picture of the hippocampus in the brain on the screen here. And the next one is called the pineal gland. Some people call it the pineal gland. For my way of pronouncing it, I'm going to use pineal, P-I-N-E-A-L, pineal gland. Maybe that's the wrong way, the official way to pronounce it. I don't know. At the scientific center. And I've had two PhDs say it differently. So I'm going to use pineal. So these are the two glands. So let's take the difference between somebody who's very rich and somebody who's average. When I say very rich, in today's world, in the old days, it used to be he's a millionaire. Well, a millionaire back in the day when it was said to be a millionaire, he's a millionaire. It was worth at least $100 million today. So the guy had a net worth of $100 million back in the day, and he was a millionaire. He actually had cash of $100 million. That was a successful person. He's a millionaire. So we're going to put category A. Let's look at people who have at least $100 million in cash. Not in like real estate assets where they make 100 or 200 grand a year income. Oh, I'm worth $100 million with all my real estate assets. Yeah, but if you sell them, it's cash. So let's look at the brains of people that have at least 100 million. And let's look at the brains of the person that makes, let's say, $200,000 a year or less. That's the average person. So you're thinking, wow, I mean 200, I'd be rich. Okay, just look at all those people. 200,000 or less. Let's look at 100,000 or less. It doesn't matter. The same brain, quite frankly. Now let's look at both of those brains, and now let's look first at the size of the hippocampus. I got news for you. I mean, the researchers have proven this to be true. This is what they don't want you to know about. The size of the hippocampus in the wealthy people is much larger, 30, 40, 50, sometimes even 100% larger than the size of the hippocampus in the average person's brain. So if you're watching right now and you are not manifesting goals, dreams, and desires, one of the reasons is the hippocampus in your brain is too small. Don't worry, you can make it bigger. But you can also make it smaller based on what you do or don't do. Why is it important and significant to have a big hippocampus? Because when I wrote the course, I taught the course, Your Wishes, Your Command, I said something that was like so crazy. I said the brain is a transmitter and receiver of frequency. The reason I said that is because it's true. The scientific research proves it to be true, but before scientific research proved it to be true, spiritual masters for thousands of years said that. Einstein said it, Thomas Edison said it, even though they didn't have the equipment, they instinctively knew that the brain was producing frequency. So now we have all the research that says, oh yeah, the brain produces frequency. It's actually a broadcaster receiver of frequency. Well, there's two parts of the brain that broadcast and receive the frequency, the hippocampus and the pineal gland. So the law of attraction says if you put out a vibration, it's going to come back to you. Well, that's great. But let's say that you have a transmitter that has like 10 watts, and you turn it on and broadcast the transmission. It goes out 20 feet, and then that's it. You need a powerful transmitter, which means you need a big, powerful, active hippocampus. And if you don't have it, that means no matter what you do in terms of